Hey, good morning, family. Good morning, God's people. Good morning, Fellowship of the Saints. Thank you all for listening in and your support and your love and your comments and your feedback. Um, this is a Radical Fall to Grace Part 34. This is my testimony. This is my attempt and my opportunity to give God his glory and to lift up the name of the Lord. Just talk about his goodness and his mercy and his love and his unending grace and his outstretched arm that grabbed me out of the muck and the mire, out of the fire, out of the grip of death and hell, and brought me into his marvelous light. And I'm eternally grateful. I'm even more excited about the people and the men and women that he's used to do so. I love it that God will not circumvent man, and that he uses us to go and reach his people, his lost sheep. And so I'm excited that he's decided to use me and chose me to be in him and to help build up his kingdom on this earth. Not that he needs my help, but he wants it, which is even more exciting, because he could do it by himself. You know, at the snap of a finger, at the breath of his lips, he could just speak, and everything would be perfect and holy and pure. But he decided that he wants us with him, that he wants me with him, that he wants to use me as part of that plan. And how much better is that? Isn't it even more awesome that he's decided to integrate us into his plan and to use us for it? Um, that just shows the depths and the reaches of his love for us. I didn't wake up one day, and a homeless, addicted, mentally unstable person. It was a process, and it was a road that I chose for many, many years. The Lord gave me a choice. He said, you can choose life or you can choose death. And for whatever reasons, whether it be ignorance, disbelief, lack of faith, I chose death for very long. And I began to radiate death to those who were around me, those I came in contact with. And it was a long, dark road. But the beautiful thing about it is the Lord never stopped calling me. He never stopped sheltering me. He never stopped covering me with his wings. Even when I decided to run and I decided to flee and leave my father's house, he kept looking for me. He kept calling me. He kept beckoning me home and saying, "Come back to me, my son. Come back to me." In the story of the prodigal son, the father never stopped looking for that son. The son disrespected and disregarded his father in every way that one can imagine. And the father relented. He allowed him to mess up. He allowed him to go his own way. I believe knowing that he would be returned. In our human bodies, in our earthly selves, we don't have that assurance often. But our Father in heaven knows what it's going to take. He knows that even what the enemy meant for evil will ultimately be for our good. And I think about this path that I chose. Could I have chosen something else? Could I have went a different way? Could I have remained in my father's house and enjoyed all of the pleasures and all the privileges of being in my father's house? Yes, I believe that I could, and I believe that's what God wanted for me, was to choose life. But even what the enemy meant for evil, God used for good. Even though I chose death, he chose life for me instead. And this next portion, I'm going to kind of go into a lot of the choices that led me down the road to death.